Hey guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and today is a very exciting video because I want to share with you guys my daily drivers. And that's right, that's drivers plural, because I want to share with you guys what I carry with me on a daily basis. Just to kind of give you a disclaimer, I carry multiple phones. In fact, I usually do 4 to about 5 phones. It just depends what phones I'm feeling at the time. And today I'm going to share with you guys what 4 phones I am currently daily driving, which 4 phones I am currently daily driving at the moment, and which ones I think are worth your money, right? And I'm gonna place them in numerical order to give you guys a scoop. Plus, there's a bonus phone that I'm gonna share at the end of this video, and I'm gonna share with you guys that I really love to carry, but only in certain situations, right? So let's get right into it. Okay, so first things first, I want to explain why do you daily drive 4 phones? Look, the way that the smartphone market is right now, and the way that everything is with smartphones, I can't just be narrowed down to one smartphone. There's different phones that do different things. So as you guys will see in my lineup, there's different reasons why I carry certain phones. And unfortunately, there's not a super mega phone that does it all. There are some that come very close, but we're not there yet. Right? So that's why, and not only that, I'm a fan of both. I'm not a fanboy of just Apple. I'm not a fanboy of just Android. I'm a fan of everything. If it's good and it's a smartphone and it helps me with consuming my media, then guess what? I'm gonna buy it. And anyways, let's jump right into the video. Let's get back to the video. Starting in reverse order, guys, we're gonna go backwards here. Number 4 on my list is actually a tie between 2 phones, and it's the Oneplus 9 Pro that I carry and the Note 20 Ultra 5G, of course. Now, the reason I carry the Note 20 Ultra 5G is I love the Note phones. I love the boxy design. I'm not too much of a fan on the rounded edges on the Galaxy phones, although I occasionally do interchange between these two. I'm a big fan of the Galaxy Note phone right now, and the reason why is because the S22 Ultra is going to be very similar to this right here, so I'm kind of been getting used to this. I think the S21 Ultra is a great phone, but it doesn't bring anything crazy that the Note 20 Ultra doesn't have, in my opinion, right? And even the cameras are pretty close to similar, so that's the reason why I carry that one. The OnePlus 9 Pro though, the main reason I carry this one right here is not only is it fast, and in my opinion probably one of the fastest Android phones, actually it's probably the fastest Android phone that I own. It's smooth, the fingerprint scanner always works. It does the simple stuff amazing, and multiple things, right? It's not just the one thing. It's not just the one area that does good on this phone. It's pretty much all the way around. The camera's decent. It's not my favorite, but I love the display. I love the speed of Android, how fast Android works on this phone. And in my opinion, my favorite thing, the battery life is not amazing, but the charging speeds are. And the aftermarket support when it comes to this phone, not only can you get a fast charger, right, 65 watt fast charger for this phone, but you can also get a fast charger for your car. So not only can you charge up fast when you're at a hotel or somewhere like an airport or anything like that, but when you get to your car, you can actually purchase a fast charger that charges at the same speeds. In my opinion, my favorite reason why I like this phone. And not only that, but the earbuds that this phone has, like the Bullet 2 wireless, or just all the OnePlus buds. I love the fact that they charge up that fast as well too. So definitely a main reason why I carry this phone right here. Now, phone number 3 that I carry in my pocket at all times at the moment is actually the Galaxy Z Fold 3. And I like this phone so much that I got it in 3 colors. Now, this is a special type of phone, right? It's kind of gimmicky, to be honest with you, because it doesn't have an amazing camera. The battery life is not that great, but there's something so cool about being able to pull this phone out and just have people ask you questions. It's a great conversation starter. And in my opinion, that's what makes this phone one of my favorite phones to carry around. Not only that, there are a lot of times where we go out and about and we grab dinner or we do something and there's a fight. There's something going on, some type of gaming event, some type of sports event, whether it's boxing, UFC, etc. And I don't have my tablet with me. Well, this is a great backup, and I love this phone. I wish it gave you the best of everything. For the price, if this gave you top-notch specs, top-notch camera, this would be very, very close to being number one in my opinion. And top-notch battery, of course, as well too. But because of that, because it doesn't have all of that, this is number three. And it's a shame, right? It's a shame because this should be number one, but that is my number three choice. Number two on the list was actually, it was a tough one because, to be honest with you, I wish this was my number one. I know I said the Z Fold. I wish that one was, that could be number one potentially. I was really hoping that this one would be number one this year, or this past year when it got released. But unfortunately it's not. It's lacking some things. It's the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. And if I had to pick between one of these two, definitely would go with the Pixel 6 Pro. Battery life's a little bit better, even though it's still trash. And then the refresh rate on the screen, once you get used to smooth butter-like displays, you could tell the difference, right? But the thing that is the separating factor between this one and the other phones that we've talked about is the camera. The camera is by far the most important reason why this phone is number two. And it honestly has potential to be number one because camera is that important to me. This, in any condition, you take a picture, it is gonna be amazing. It does lack a little bit in the video taking ability. I think there's other phones, or in particular one other phone that does it better, that does video better. But when it comes to picture taking in the nighttime, in the daytime, in any condition, not only is this the fastest snapping phone, right, where it takes the fastest it takes the pictures the fastest in those conditions, but it's the best in my opinion. Gives you the best result, and that's what makes this number two. The other thing that I think is a pretty good mention when it comes to Pixel phones or Google phones in general is the Google Assistant. And in this particular phone, the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6, what they did with the voice recognition, it is as perfect can get in Android phones nowadays. It is literally, there's nobody else that comes close. Siri, trash. Bixby, trash. I know all the other Android phones have Google Assistant as well too, but in the Pixel phone, it's just better. It picks it up better. I like how they integrated Google Pay, where you just literally, it makes it easy. You just tap it. Overall, their UI, their Google Assistant, and the camera taking ability or the picture taking ability of the phone is what puts this in number two. And rounding up the number one spot. I hate to say it because I know people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're a sheep, you're a sheep, you're a sheep. But it is the iPhone. The iPhone 13 Pro is so good. The 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, oh, I was looking for them, they're right here. It's so good, I had to buy it 4 times. It's so good. It's a great device. Not only is this the battery king, right? If you go with the Pro Max, Pro still has a great battery as well too. Not only is this a battery king, but it is the video taking king. I mean, some of the video shots in this phone, amazing. And you guys could take a look at some of the comparisons that I've made. I've made some reviews on these phones. Go ahead and go to my channel and you can see the results that come from it. But without a doubt, not only are the Geekbench scores on how fast the internals on this phone compared to any of the other phones are, it's a landslide. This is way faster. This gives you better performance. The smoothness, the 120 hertz, the size of the phone. Here's the thing that most people don't talk about, the flat display, okay? It has everything. Does it have a little bit of a chin? Yeah, but I can deal with that. When you're the best, guess what? There's gonna be flaws. People are gonna poke at you and say you have flaws anyways. I don't mind the chin. I don't mind the little, or the forehead, or whatever you wanna call it. I don't mind that. It's got great haptic engine. The way that it works with not only your tablet, like your iPad Pro, your Apple Watch, the fitness on that, like all around, it is the most solid phone that I have. Its picture taking ability stepped up big time this past year. So not only does it take great video, which it always has for the past few years, the picture taking ability is amazing. The nighttime photography is good too. It's very, very usable, actually very close behind the Pixel, and it's consistent, right? It's not like it's like, oh, in some conditions the pictures are perfect. It's consistent. If I had to pick one phone from all of the phones that I have, and I can only stick with one phone, I would 100% go with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. That would be my number one choice, no doubt. If you would have asked me this question last year, that would not be my choice. But this year, because of the battery life, because of the camera improvements, because of the display, I don't see why you would want any other phone, right? I get it. I know that it's kind of boring. I wish they had a home app drawer where it could just be a little bit more customizable and just better. And I know you can customize these things already, right? Like, you can customize that stuff anyways. But it's not like what you can customize on an Android phone, right? It's not like having an app drawer. And it's just different, right? And it embraces that. But in my opinion, the best phone. I know people that hate Apple are gonna be like throwing up right now, throwing up in the comment section, throwing up, whatever. But it's the best phone. Look, next year, hopefully, Pixel steps it up. If the Pixel just had a similar battery life, it would be up there. I actually might even prefer that, even though it has the curved display. But because it doesn't, the crown goes to Apple this year. So that is my number one choice. Now, for the honorable mention, this is actually the funnest phone I have right now, just because I think a few reasons. I think it brings back great memories. And not only that, you can fit it anywhere. If you're wearing a sports coat, if you're wearing a business coat, you could literally tuck it in. You can throw it in your back pocket. It fits in between, if you carry two phones, it fits in between two phones. So you can carry three phones in one pocket. But without a doubt, not only with the battery improvements, the camera improvements, the phone that I have the most fun carrying is the iPhone 13 mini. And the reason why is, number one, like I said, the battery life is amazing on this phone now. Number two, the camera is so usable and it's so good with the wide angle on the back. The pictures are great, the video's amazing. But number three, I think the main reason why I like bringing this phone with me everywhere, I think it just brings back memories. It brings back memories to me getting my first iPhone ever, which is an iPhone 4S, which at the time, if you remember tech, iPhone was killing the game back then. Like, there was nobody that came close to iPhone, right? It was like BlackBerry or an iPhone. What were you gonna pick? Duh, an iPhone. And this fits in one hand. And I think the small phone community is going to be making a comeback here in the next few years. I think phones can only get so big. As we saw in the Z Fold 4, they've already kind of started to share some leaks. It might be, the display size might be a little bit smaller. And I think small phones like this are going to be coming back. But this is, in my opinion, the funnest phone that I have. It brings back great memories, and it's very usable. The battery life is better than my Pixel, which is embarrassing. Google, come on, man. How are you going to let an iPhone 13 mini be better than you in battery life? And it still packs a punch. The chipset is faster than the Pixel. It is an amazing phone. And in fact, I might get it in a different color. I went with the product red, which is actually a deep red this year. It's not like a coral like it was last year. It is like blood red. This is blood red if you want to get this. And it's a fun phone. I would definitely recommend this. One of my favorite phones, hands down. My wife actually wants to take this from me all the time. But this just reminds me of having my iPhone 4S and my iPhone 5. I remember one of the first times I was going to go buy a phone on OfferUp. It was an iPhone 5S. It was the gold one, and it was 128 gigs. And I was so nervous because it was like $525 cash. And I was like, oh my God, what if I get robbed? It was crazy. Fast forward now, how much things have changed, pricing has changed, and that's like $500, you can't get a phone anywhere. But this is my honorable mention, and this is the funnest phone that I carry. So with that being said, guys, that wraps up the evening for me. Those are all the phones that I love to carry, and these are all the phones that I have at the moment. I know as new phones start to come out, what I carry is going to change, and even after the phones come out, my carry will continue to change because there's different phones that get updated with different updates. I know Android 13 is not too crazy far away. I mean, the time flies like crazy. The S22 Ultra's coming up, so I'm really excited to see how that is. And there's other phones that are coming. I know the Oneplus 10 Pro just got announced that it's going to be coming to the US soon. They said mid-March, maybe April. So I can't wait to see what those bring to the table. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend. I love doing this content for you guys, and hopefully it helps you guys in your guys' purchase and picking one phone. Because I know not everybody is weird like me and carries multiple phones. But hopefully this helps you narrow it down and get to that one phone, that one perfect phone for you, right? So thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.